All right. I wasn't really planning on going for all three NASCARs this year, but they still have 6 days remaining here. So, of course, I've already won Mustang, as you can see here, and I'm 20% complete with the other two. Of course, I stopped here because that's as far as I can go without putting any gold in. So yeah, 50.2 is my current PR, of course. 50.4 is what you need to get past this tier for 25% completion and then some. So I figure if I can get through a tier a day for each car, that would be enough for me to win this remaining 2 cars before the time runs out, right? So more reason to spend gold, right? So here we go. We'll go with the Camry first, simply because there's that team event coming up. I'm not really actually going to I'm not planning on running in any team other than my own little party of 3 team that is all just my accounts, just sitting, squatting. Because in order for anyone who's aspiring to get some respectable speed out of these NASCAR, first of all, you're gonna have to have the car fully upgraded. As I said, if you want to be competing at the top level, right, which is typically where you're gonna get some gold back for your effort. So that's not something that I was planning on doing. I still am not planning on upgrading NASCARs beyond what I need to win these cars, which is 3 upgrades across the board. What cost about how much was it again? A little under 300 gold, right? 200 something, right? 290, 280, somewhere around there. Of course, I will have all those information in the description box below, as I have been doing. In case you haven't checked out, that's what I've been doing for all the new car limited time series. I have for last couple of updates, I feel like, where I have the stats of the car, all the upgrade cost, upgrade time, the bonus series it's featured in, etc., etc., right? So, and most of that information is lifted straight out of the Fire Monkey's site. So really nothing special other than the fact that it's kind of nice to have all that information, I feel like, right there, so you don't have to, open up another browser window. I know. Talk about lazy. But anyway, so yeah, at least I find those information useful, so I figure somebody else might as well. So anyway, so now we got, I'm currently, of course, running with 14 upgrades. So that's, I didn't check the PR. I will look at it at the end of this race. But of course, I still have 8 more hours before the final, the 3rd tier upgrades. Final as in final upgrades I need for completing this limited time series. And considering that the motorsports section, the NASCAR series, the 2019 season, these NASCAR events, they wear down your car pretty quick because you have so many lap counts on all these races, especially as you go deeper into the series, which means you're gonna need to service your car more frequently. I mean, in the last Mustang limited time series, I had to divide up the video into each race in certain tiers, just because, if I left it as a single video, it was gonna get very, very long. And yeah, so try to keep the length of the video somewhat reasonable here. Anyway, so let's see. But these early tier races, pretty straightforward, fairly easy. But I'm gonna try to manage the bots, so because I have a feeling that well, at least I'll try to run a lot of these series with the car in critical condition. At least, you know, my plan is, at least as it stands right now, is to complete 25% completion with one of the 2 remaining cars per day. So that I have basically 3 tiers to 75% completion to go, if you will, on each car, each of the 2 remaining cars, Camry and Camaro. So, and I have 6 days remain. So if I can get 25% done per day, then 3 days for this car, 3 days for Camaro, and then yeah, that I can do that without killing myself here. That's a fairly easy task, I'm expecting. But we'll see. As I said, towards the later on in the series, some of the at least for the Mustang, which I'm expecting this is going to be kind of the similar story here on the Camry and Camaro as well. The later on in the tier, deeper into the series, lap counts just start to accumulate, right? So we'll have like 12 lapper at Daytona, or 10 lapper at the Brickyard, or 20 lapper at Richmond, right? Those are the 3 full-length NASCAR series, right? So yeah, those yes, will take a while. By the way, speaking of the speed record here, top speed team event, right? That's the next one coming up. For that one, the things that needs to happen, right? You need your car fully upgraded, and then because this is a NASCAR series, drafting, right? It plays a big role. So if you have just standard flag bots in your grid, you're not going to be benefiting a whole lot from drafting. However, if you have some fast TSM friends that have also won the Camry, and they have already kind of set a very fast bot to race against, then those are the ones that you need to be racing against. So I'm expecting Daytona is going to be the best circuit to do it, and the higher the lap count, the better, simply because you're going to need to remember these NASCARs rely heavily on momentum, right? So the longer the race goes on, you kind of build up that momentum. Of course, you do kind of cap out at some point, but you know, with the drafting issue, you have to make sure you kind of time it properly as well. So yeah, lots of variables in this NASCAR top speed event that is going to be coming up soon, in a matter of I want to say a couple of hours. So by the time this video gets uploaded, it might be already on. So considering that I still have not won this car, and I'm not planning on completing this series anytime soon, at least not for another couple of days, yeah, I probably won't be terribly active in the next top speed team event. Yes, I did take part in the last couple top speed team events. Some old friend of mine reeled me out of my graveyard to come join his team. We did get you know, we didn't like get podium finish or anything like that, but good enough to net me a few extra gold coins. So those are always good way to buffer up your gold bank, especially with all these new cars rolling out every update. If you want to, you know, stay afloat, if you will. But here's another idea in terms of how to approach this game. Instead of trying to win every car, like think of it as your more traditional game where you have a set car that you race, and you race to try to improve your time and get really good at those, instead of constantly just going after a new one, you know. So it's okay to miss out on, for example, some of these NASCARs, you know. Or, okay, NASCAR is maybe a little different scenario, simply because if you miss out, they are not coming back. But once again, as I said before, the driving dynamics on these cars are so similar. The part that's fun about these has more to do with who you race against, not so much what you race, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's good to at least have one NASCAR in your garage, I think, for variety's sake. Obviously, if you're a big NASCAR fan, then yes, go, you know, by all means, go ahead and get all of them. But anyway, so yeah, playing your game in your own terms. You know, try to not get dragged by fire monkeys as they, you know, release new cars every update. You know, I mean, I don't think they expect you to own all of them. You know, if you started like way back when I started, then it's almost somewhat, I feel like, expected that you own every car and you have 100% series completion, because I know quite a few racers that's been racing for, well, since the beginning of time, right, with the Real Racing 3 that has 100% completion and all the cars fully upgraded in the garage and whatnot. So yes, I understand that point too, but I mean, look at me, I don't own all the full garage. I have lots of gold, yes. I just haven't seen the reason to get the other cars that I'm missing, or even get more completion percentage in my career. Just because there's so much that I can learn by coming back to an old series and rerun and try to set better time and you know, improve the racing skill. So I think that's a better way to approach the game. Certainly you're not dragged around by the game to spend more gold than you want to, that you can afford to. So there you go. And before you know it, if you keep that up, you will accumulate your gold. You know, just check in every day to collect those daily rewards. And you know, 5 ads, not too bad for 5 extra gold every day. So alright, so that does it for the 25% completion, tier 4 done. So let's see, that is worth whopping 5 gold there. And yeah, so before the end of today, I'll try to get to 50% completion on this Camry. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, keep on racing. We'll see you on the track.